Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Gabon 24, and today we receive a special guest to give you a clue about the personality. Go and watch the program Air Crash on National Geographic to get an idea about Dennis Jones. You are the first African American to be the managing director of the NTSB. The National Transportation Safety Board. Thank you for accepting to come to Gabon 24.
Thank you. I'm very honored to be here.
And we're going straight to the point. How did you respond to the President of the Republic's invitation to attend his inaugural ceremony?
Very excited. I've been coming to Africa for over 25 years. I've gone to over 30 countries, engaging Africa in many ways, diplomatic, investigative, technical, but I never in my whole time received the honor of coming into such a ceremony. So I'm on cloud nine, as we would say in my country.
It's, I said at the very beginning, a great honor to welcome you on the set of Gabon 24's channel, and we would like to know if there is, we don't want to know, we already know that there is a center built in the special investment zone that you are about to visit there. And there is going to be built a laboratory in aviation trainings and issues and so on and so forth. And the specificity is that this laboratory is going to be named after you. How do you feel about it?
Oh, this is quite amazing. One of the things I've been doing over the years of coming to Africa is being involved in training, as I have been in the U.S. So training is something that's very, very dear to my heart. And to be able to train investigators and give them my experiences of what I've learned over the years means quite a bit for me, and I know we all stand on each other's shoulders. I stand on the shoulders of others, so I would love for others to be on my shoulders as well.
Many people are going to ask the question to know how this laboratory is going to be named after Dennis Jones, whereas many don't even know about you in Gabon. Can you tell us about who you are in some words?
Oh, okay. Well, I'm someone who started as an intern at my agency, and I worked my way all the way up to be the head of the agency, which is what I'm most proud of. But I had a love for aviation from an early age, and I could not afford to fly. So in order to get flying lessons, I had to wash airplanes, all kinds of airplanes, to exchange for flying lessons. So I would wash 10 airplanes to get 1 hour in the sky.
Of training.
Yes, so to look at the beginning when I'm washing airplanes and underneath the airplane and getting dirty, I never could imagine that I would rise to the point where I'm now cleaning in an investigative level at a very, very high level. So I never thought that it would take me to that level. And my interest started with flying, but I became more and more interested with all of the aspects of aviation, the technical parts. Because as I learned how to fly, I got my license when I was 17 years old.
Oh, very young, at a very young age.
I got my private pilot's license first. And as I would be flying, I would often wonder, what's going on with that engine? What's going on around me? I knew how to drive it, but I didn't know what was going on. So I said, I need to know about the engine. I need to know about the electronics. I need to know more, because if something happens, I want to be able to solve it. So that's where it started. And so as my career progressed, although flying was something I wanted to do, I wanted a job that I can combine everything that I knew about aviation into, and I did not know about accident investigation. And when I found out about that, I said, that's perfect. I can use all of my skills. I'm not driving all the time. I'm also doing the technical aspects as well.
And while people are watching Air Crash on Nat Geographic, they don't even know about you. And we get the opportunity to have you on this set. And we can specifically notice something very important that characterizes you. It is curiosity. you were curious to know about the composition of the airplane while washing airplanes, and today here you are. You are not even, you are not only a pilot, but you are also an investigator. And what can you tell to young Gabonese, to young African, and specifically for Gabon? We only have one man who has been graduated for that great institution that you managed from 2017.
Yes. Well, first I would like to say is that although the investigative work that I've done, it was the areas of becoming a manager and an executive and a senior executive that I was able to rise from that, because once I'm at those levels, I am now able to determine policies and hire and budget as I would raise to the top. So the art of accident investigation, is not many people in the world that know it very well.
Not at all.
Very few. And those that, there are some that claim to know, but very few know it. And so to be able to have someone in your country to be able to have the background in accident investigation is quite special. And you should look at that person as a natural resource, because there's just so few people that are able. And I used to train investigators from all over the world at our training academy. So this person is extremely special.
We here in Gabon, we used to send young students to Ethiopia to be trained there. Can we just hope one day that you're gonna give us a kind of push to draw the attention of young Gabonese to this specific domain that you are in?
Absolutely. This having a training center here to attract those who have interest in aviation would be so good, so that to have one in the region so people do not have to travel such far distance. So I think it would be of great pride for the region to have a training center here, and for me to be involved with that would be really a blessing for me.
We know that at the very moment that you started your career, you said that you got your license at the age of 17, and we do know that in the United States, by the time, it was very hard for a young black African American to even find himself in this specific area. But how do we come to understand today that the little boy from the little boy from Long Island started flying, and now you are the greatest, even we may say the greatest of the world in that domain? Was it difficult in terms of racism, in terms of segregation?
Yeah, I did have my challenges along the way, but at the same time, I always came across people who wanted to support me as I rose up the rank, of all backgrounds. I come to find if you know what you're doing in life, you will tend to get people who support you. I find that even people that hate you, if you can make them look good, they want you around them. And so I always said that whoever my boss is, I'm going to try to make him look good.
Yeah.
And so along the way, I was able to rise up as well.
And you are a very humble man, but the question is, how many investigations have you conducted along your career?
Oh, so many. It's around about 1,300 crashes all over the world, of all types, large aircraft, small ones, and even of VIPs. I've done many accidents. In fact, I did an accident where a small airplane tried to crash into the White House many years ago. But I've done many, many crashes. I could spend hours talking about each one, but about 1,300 accidents. And most of them, I was in charge of them.
Wow, wow. And now, we know that you've been invited by the President of the Republic. Do you have some specific subjects that you've talked about? Have you been both on specific subjects? Because we are here on the set trying to know exactly apart from taking part into the inauguration of the President of the Republic, did you have an audience in which you have got to talk about specific subjects?
Well, again, as I said earlier, the link between diplomacy and safety. If you really want to gain access to your fellow countrymen, others around the world, safety is one of the best ways to do it. They often forget about that. And so if you have a diplomatic issue, you may want to turn to the safety side, and then you will bring people together. So that will be one of my strongest messages, because I want to see people come together.
You want to see people coming together, and you even as American, we won't say African American, as American citizens, you've been working with Russians, with Chinese, despite all the diplomatic issues that political issues that can be on the table.
Yes, and I've been well received in every location. As I mentioned earlier, there have been times when a crash occurs, but when the crash occurred, they need you in a hurry to get there.
Even though you don't get your passport, your visa.
But I remember one time I had to go to Russia, and I had to be there in 24 hours, and it was on the weekend. And they told me that don't worry about a passport, nothing. So I arrived, they gave us a passport and a translator to be with us the whole time that we were there.
Mr. Jones, we've come to the end of this special interview. Is there any last word that you would like to address to the Gabonese looking at the camera?
Well, again, life is about taking a mess and turning it into a message. And so I encourage all of us as we do our problem solving. Action and investigation is just one of the ways. But that's about overcoming the challenges in life, taking a mess and turning it into a message.
Taking a mess and turning it into a message. We really thank you, and we're even honored to have you on this set.
Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, we also thank you for having watched us on this special guest. We've received Mr. Dennis Jones. Is the executive director of the NTSB, a national agency from safety of American national aviation. See you next time.